Well, after they lost their own daughter to a rare and aggressive form of cancer that targets girls and young women, a Utah couple did some pretty amazing things to help other young women.
They helped researchers who recently found a cause of this cancer. Cristina Flores live with more on the story. These parents aren't medical experts, but they sure are making a big difference.
Yeah, that's right, Shauna. Ron and Maren Petersen are like any other parents, but after their daughter Stephanie died, they felt they had to do something. The Petersens did their part to help doctors who recently identified the cause of the cancer, and now those doctors are working on a treatment. At a lab in Phoenix, Arizona, Dr. Jeff Trent and his team are working hard to produce a treatment for one of the most aggressive and deadly forms of cancer in women.
This form of ovarian cancer affects women in their 20s all the way down to a few years of age, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds.
We are a mom and a dad who lost our daughter, and it's the most devastating thing that ever has happened to us in our lives.
Maren and Ron Petersen of Salt Lake City lost their daughter Stephanie to small cell ovarian cancer in 2010, just 1 year after she was diagnosed.
Girls and young women, I mean, they're living their lives, they're starting families, they're getting education, starting careers, playing in the playground. To be stricken with this is a real tragedy.
Stephanie was only 24 years old. After she died, the Petersens went to work, helping researchers like Dr. Trent find a cause and a treatment for this aggressive form of cancer.
So they helped open the door for us to really make a difference for this disease.
This with her best friend.
Stephanie had finished college and was just beginning her career as an architect in California. She had been active all her life and seemed healthy. But in early 2009, something went very wrong.
She was incredibly tired. She was queasy every morning. She was bloated.
Stephanie had a mass in her belly. Even doctors didn't know what was wrong.
The doctor came out and said, "This is some sort of cancer. I have no idea what type. I've never seen anything like this."
Stephanie had 4 rounds of chemo, then radiation. She was declared in remission and moved back to California. But soon after, there was more devastating news.
The emergency room doctor came in and said, "Your cancer's back. It's all through your lungs." She went into the hospital and she died a week later. And we didn't even realize she was going to die until a few days before.
After Stephanie's death, Ron and Maren started a website called smallcellovarian.org, putting on it everything they knew about the disease to help other families like theirs.
That was really our goal, is just to be able to make information available to people so that they have a place to turn. We didn't have anywhere to turn.
The website has symptoms and a list of doctors who are treating patients and doing research.
I mean, here we are, just a couple of years later, they've discovered the cause. I mean, it's incredible.
They were one of the earliest funders of our work, and we're extraordinarily appreciative of their effort.
The Petersens also connected Dr. Trent and other researchers around the world with cancer patients who donated tissue for lab studies. Earlier this year, researchers identified a gene that causes the cancer.
It's a light switch that actually just turns on and drives that cancer forward. And we're actually coming up with strategies now to turn it off.
Now the research is focused on finding a treatment.
The Petersens are a small group focused on an extraordinarily difficult, deadly, rare disease. They've made some of the pioneering differences that have allowed groups now around the world to begin to focus on this cancer.
Out of tragedy for the Petersens comes hope that other young women with the same disease will have a better outcome.
So I think she'd be proud. And the good news is Dr. Trent says in just a few months he hopes to have patients from all over the world enrolled in medication trials. Now, as for the Petersens, their website is a great resource. Again, it's called smallcellovarian.org. We've posted a link on our website, and they personally respond to emails from other parents, Mark and Shauna, whose daughters are also going through the same thing. They've been there, so they're in a position to give other people advice.
I remember this story, Cristina, when their daughter first passed away, and they have been relentless in their efforts, and it looks like it's paying off.
Yeah, it sure is, and they don't stop. You know, they're not stopping. They feel like they've got to see this whole thing through in her honor.
They can't. Yeah, they can't stop. They got to do it for her. All right, Cristina, great story. Thanks.